Hello everybody, welcome to episode 8 of Feed the Beast on the Pterabyte server. This is Phil, aka Terry. I decided to do a little bit of kind of decorating, reshaping of the terrain outside my house, just to make it look like I have actually officially moved in, although this is only my temporary base. And recently I've had a habit of getting stuck in these doors and it's very annoying, but now I have a button that will open and close both of them, just in case, because Minecraft is very glitchy and all that. Yeah, last episode when I said my haste boots don't really do anything, you can see that's not true, because I was moving quickly horizontally, and now with my jetpack on, I just go forward and bonk my head on the wall repeatedly, and yeah, the sound of footsteps is generally a bit quicker, so I am running faster, and no, if I take the jetpack off, stairs become very painful when you run down them, which is kind of silly, but yes. This episode we will hopefully be finishing the industrial grinder, because it kind of feels like it feels like I need to make it before I can progress, because I need materials. So yeah, last 2 episodes ago, rather, we've just made the casing for it. Now I just need to make the actual grinder block. Once again, I'll put the recipe on the screen, and I suppose we'll start with the top right. We need a pump, and I need some tree taps. I think I need 6. That's not 6. That's not 6. There we go. Something like that. So this episode's going to be quite crafting based, but we will have a little bit of machine fun in between. So first things first, we need, I think these are mining pipes. There is a machine called a mining well, I think, which kind of just digs into the floor like a 1x1 hole and just carries on going down, but I have machines that can do a much better job of things like that. So we've got that. We need to then turn it into a pump, which requires some cells, and I'm using my cheat sheet as I go here, because there's no way I could possibly remember all this. There's the second tree tap and electric circuit. I think I've pretty much got everything I need. So there's the pump. Right, that's one thing down. I suppose I'll make some diamond gears now. I ground up some diamond in the pulverizer, and unfortunately it was only a 1-to-1 ratio. And I've also got some steel ingots somewhere. Now you can actually make 2 types of grinders for this. You can make a diamond one, which uses up diamond and steel, or a wolframium one, which is tungsten and steel, but tungsten is a real pain to get. You need a super advanced blast furnace, and yeah, I don't really see how you're supposed to get that very easily. Also, if I've never mentioned it, you can right click in here and it will clear your search instantly, so that's cool. So that recipe makes 2, I believe. I need the diamonds. I've got loads of diamonds, it's kind of weird. Oh yeah, and I've got my mining turtle, he's mining down there about y equals 40, because I had a very small amount of tin and copper and things, and I just kind of guessed that they'd be around that level. So 4 diamond grinders, I only need 3, so I suppose it's industrial electrolyzer time. Now this is a very fiddly machine, and after I've made it, I'm actually going to go and connect it up and use it for a bit before it becomes a grinder, and then when I've made the grinder I'll probably make another electrolyzer, because it will give me a few useful things, but I will not talk about those at the moment because I'm concentrating on crafting. So the first part just of the electrolyzer is an extractor, which obviously you should know what an extractor is by now. Come on. Then we need, what's this? Oh, I don't actually know, but I'll tell you when I've made it. I need copper cable, machine block. Now, I did have some copper cable, I think. Oh no, this was my downfall. I thought I had everything prepared. Only 2 copper. Oh, hang on. Really? That's all my copper? That's kind of worrying. I've got 11 left, but I think I've literally just mined that with mining turtle, which is kind of... I thought I had a lot more than that. So it's good I started mining a... Right, pulverized copper in the furnaces. Yes. Should probably do something with this ender pouch, because it's kind of linked to Rob's chest, I think, at the moment, so I have no use for it. I've also got some bauxite dust, just from pulverizing bauxite ore. I will stick that in the electrolyzer later, and get some nice things from it. Sorry guys, but you're going to have to relocate. Yeah, for a second I thought I had forgotten how to make copper cable, but no, there we are. Anyway, I'll do what I ended. No, hang on, I'll undo what I ended. And make an electrolyzer. I'm tempted to put that down and see if it actually does anything as a standalone block, but for some reason I don't think it does. I think the industrial one is the actual engage machinery stuff type block thing. So that's one, 2 of the 3 machines. The next one is a magnetizer, which requires iron fences, which you can make out of refined iron. Excuse me. The magnetizer is a really cool block, because if you put iron fences between 2 magnetizers and give the magnetizers EU, and you wear metal boots, so I think iron is the most common one, when you touch the iron fence, it will shoot you up really quickly, and it's just such a cool way to get upwards. But Rob's got one in his base, and hopefully I will implement that in my main base when I build it. But you can only go for about 20 blocks before you need a new magnetizer, and I don't think the actual magnetizer will push you upwards, only the iron fences, so you can only go so high, but it's still really cool. I've never seen that many people use it. So do we need the pump? No, that's for the grinder. So it goes magnetizer on the bottom, electrolyzer in the middle, extractor there. Good thing I made so many advanced circuits. I think I made too many. And we get an industrial electrolyzer. Woohoo! So this is going to go somewhere over here for now. I think that in one of the first few episodes I said we would put a medium voltage transformer here, but we don't need one, because 128 EU per tick that's already medium voltage, so there we go, job done. But first, we are going to look up a new kind of cable called glass fiber cable, which is one of the strongest kinds of cable in the game. It can handle quite high voltages, and it's really good at retaining EU. So, unfortunately, obviously, you need some difficult things to make it. I'm kind of curious why silver ingots give you more. Also, you can use electrum, so I'll probably just stick to redstone. If I'm honest, I didn't actually know that any other recipes existed. But, oh. I haven't got any glass. BRB. I made some glass. There was glass in the project table. I feel silly now. Ho ho ho. What was it? I might as well use up the electrum, because I've got a little bit. And more diamonds. You know, I'll just grab all the diamonds. And we will get 8 cable, woohoo! So I don't actually need any cable, because I can just put the electrolyzer right there, but eventually, when I need to link up the grinder, I will need cable, and I want to stop using this stuff, because glass fiber cable loses 1 EU over 40 blocks, which is really good compared to whatever these ones are. So industrial electrolyzer, I'm hoping, will not explode because it's medium voltage. And now the bauxite. Oh yes, tin. Need cells. I'm not quite sure how many cells. We'll make a few. So if we put those in the cell slot, and away it goes. I think alright, I used up all 8 cells from 4 bauxite. As you can see, if you know anything about chemistry, it's made up of titanium, aluminium, and hydrogen and oxygen. And the titanium is what I am really interested in. Because what I have not talked about is the item called a quarry, which is super duper helpful, because it can basically dig a up to 64 by 64 hole all the way down to bedrock. And my base is going to rely heavily on digging massive holes in the ground, because everyone knows I like digging in the ground. It's just kind of homey or something. So you require a diamond drill, which requires titanium. But I've just realised titanium when you have the dust, you need to put it in an industrial blast furnace. So I'm going to have to make this before I get the quarry, but I do kind of need to do that soon. Just while I have the electrolyzer here, I thought I might as well use some. Although, it does take a while. I think the electrolyzer and the centrifuge, some of the recipes can take like several minutes, as in like 20 minutes. Not this one, fortunately. And there's one other thing that I want to do. Hopefully, 4 cells should be enough for this. I mentioned this before, I think. If you put sand in there, that will electrolyze and give you a silicon cell, which is what you need to make a solar panel. Although, annoyingly, I'm going to have to be stuck with normal solar panels because Kraftwerk is a stupid mod and I hate it. So, it gives you some compressed air, hydrogen, tiny pile of titanium. Bother. You have to take the items out so you can carry on electrolyzing other things. So, video editing. So, I've just broken my electrolyzer for a second because I stupidly forgot about the ridiculous amount of EU that some of these operations use. Because what am I doing? I'm doing... actually, titanium recipe doesn't show up, annoyingly, but the silicon cells requires 110,000... oh no. Requires 25,000 EU, but I think the bauxite one requires a lot more than that. So if you don't have enough energy, it says insufficient energy line, and then it will just kind of completely stop. So I've now got my geothermal generators all kind of full of lava, and I've kind of just seriously cut into my lava supplies. This does go down a few blocks, but I think I'm going to have to go and get a bunch of netherrack if I want to use this as a decent source of EU for a while. It's gone down alarmingly fast. I've used about 50 buckets or something already. But I did get 2 silicon cells, and okay, I've only done 2 electrolyses. I don't know what the word is, but that's probably enough. Now you see it's actually going down, although it's not apparently doing anything, but I think some machines, they require like a startup EU, so kind of a plugging in amount of energy, and oh, when I broke it, it stole my cells. That's kind of a bummer. We can make a few more. Yeah, I'm glad that I got all that tin, because it's really just sucking through all the cells. Although you do, like, I don't think you actually lose any cells, but they do get, like, filled up with stupid byproducts of stuff. So, bauxite. This is just going to go... Oh no, maybe not. Why not? I don't know is the answer. I also think it took some of my bauxite, which is rather inconvenient. But the moral of the story here is you do need to be careful with your machines. You can't just go around plunking power in them going, yeah, that'll work fine. It doesn't work like that, annoyingly. So I will just carry on electrolyzing for a bit, and I'll come back later. Well, you probably get the idea of electrolyzing now. I think electrolysis is the process of using electricity or difference in charge to separate things with different charges. So the centrifuge is kind of just the same thing, except it does spin round and things get like forced apart. I won't talk about circular motion because that would be really nerdy. So this is now going back into the inventory, and it's going to be turned into an industrial grinder, finally. So I need... I think I've pretty much got everything. I just need an advanced machine block with things that I made earlier. So that goes there. 3 circuits. That's 3 grinders. I'll probably never use that grinder ever again. And the pump and the industrial electrolyzer. And I get an industrial grinder, which is medium voltage also, I hope. So this needs to go like somewhere in the middle. Well, somewhere in the middle. There's only one middle, so there. And you can have up to 4 of these around one 3x3x3 casing. And we will now hope it doesn't explode. Now, guess what we need? We need more cells. These compressed air cells, by the way, they I don't think they have any use at all, but rather than just getting stuck with them, you can just craft them back into empty cells. Now, what I actually need for the grinder is either water cells or mercury cells. Generally, mercury cells will give you a few more products if you use them, but obviously you need to put mercury in, and that's just extra work. So, cells go in there, things you want to grind go in there. This little diagram shows like the setup of the casing, so there's my grinder, and it will say incomplete machine casing if you've done something wrong. So, I'll just grab a few things so we can see what we get from grinding them. You can grind most things, but not all of them. We'll do lapis, coal, and redstone, just for now, because that's already quite a bit of EU. How much have I got? Okay, this should keep me going for a while. It's not a slow machine, I wouldn't say. But, right, so there we go, there's 12,000 EU gone. You get 12 lapis, lazurite dust, which is, I don't really know what it is, that's the chemical formula, but it's similar to lapis. And you get your empty cell back from the water, so you kind of just have to refill it as you go. Diamond, I think it gives you diamond dust, a diamond, and some tiny pile of diamond dust, and hydrated coal dust doesn't really have a use. You can make, like, one-use batteries that hold 1,000 EU, but I see literally no point in doing that when you have loads of other good sources of power in the game. So, this is useless. But iron gives you iron, and then tin and nickel. Nickelite, I'm hoping, will give me some nickelite and a tiny pile of diamond dust. And there we go. Fortunately, nickelite and certain red power things don't really show up properly in creative. So, finally glad to see that. Also, you can't actually turn diamond dust back into diamonds. So, but diamond dust is still used in recipes. And gold gives you gold, copper, and nickel. Don't really know why you get copper. I think copper gives you, like, nickel and gold, so those ones are quite similar. Ooh! Thorium. I have no idea what that is. But, yeah, I'll just check these out. So, obviously with all these little tiny piles of things from Greg Tech, I'm going to really need to start getting organised, because so many things that I suddenly have just from grinding some stuff. But I'm very glad that I have a grinder this early on, because later on when I need rarer materials, one of the ways to get them is through a grinder, so I'm very happy with myself that I've made this. So I will, probably not now, but just between episodes I will grind a massive bunch of stuff, get some more netherrack so I can carry on up there, because we're all out at the moment. How much EU have I got? Well, I might as well stick some stuff in the grinder while I've got all that. What do we want? Oh, do the important things. Just this diamond for now. That's 25 times 12,000. Something. Oh, I need more cells. The water's a bit laggy, so... oh no. I have an inkling you can't actually place water back with water... Okay. So, a thing that Rob decided to use was an aqueous accumulator from thermal expansion that just kind of sucks up water, and then it will go into a tank, and you can use a tank as a proper source of water. So that's a good idea, because I've just destroyed my water source due to lag, which was very silly of me. Yeah, so I'm going to run over to my swamp to get some more water, and then I will mash up things into tiny little pieces. But I don't think I have much else to do this episode. My voice is getting really high. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. I have no idea what we're going to do. Ow. Hello. Goodbye.